Hands up.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just going to go around the room in that case, and you're all going to say something. Bonnie?
The only thing I'm a bit confused about is the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely lost. About
basically, he's been brought up by Jack, who's like the main guy,
Right.
and he's a bit. Well, he's somehow been incorporated with the rival gang, and then he starts betraying his dad,
Right.
or his dad, and then it all comes evident later on in the film that he's not actually the son,
Okay.
and he's just been brought up by this guy,
And that's why this hatred's happened.
and then there's a whole load of hatred, and he betrays him a lot more, and then, yeah.
Also, how are you going to get the high angle shot from the warehouse?
Big ladder.
Fair enough.
Miles?
How old is the son?
Early 20s, under 20 maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Well,
So 18
I haven't
18 to
really discussed the
25-ish.
age, but we want him young, quite out of place, because the gang thugs that are going to be either side, we want them to be quite older in that same area, so we want them to be really out of place. And it doesn't fit in at all, so you kind of know there's something wrong with him.
Did you actually see the son like talking with the rivals or like interacting
Not in the
with
first
them?
few minutes, no.
Okay.
Is the only like clue that he's working for the rival gang the fact that he's exiting with a briefcase, or will there be any other clues?
That was the main clue, but we might want to, after reviewing it, we might want to put in some more clues, because we don't really want to spoon feed, but obviously we don't want to leave them not understanding a hot total thing, so.
Yeah, you could like, if the other gang has any kind of trademark symbol, you
Yeah.
could always implement that on like say the back of the shoe or something,
Yeah.
just walking away, or some other thing like that, because I think that'd be really good to try and incorporate,
Yeah,
just so you
totally.
don't lose the audience too much on one focus point.
Yeah. Sure.
Just to add on that, actually, if you are going to use use the newspapers and radios, you could put the two rival symbols on the newspaper or have their names said on the
Oh, yeah.
radio, and if say there's like a conflict between the gangs, and then you have the son with like say the gang symbol on him, and then he's got the rival gang briefcase,
Oh.
and you could play it like that.
Is it set in modern day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you planning on making the newspapers?
Well, we need
For
one.
Photoshop?
We want, yeah.
Not so Photoshop.
Well, we need one sort of.
Because it's things like that that kind of let it all down. Do you know what I mean? When like you get the supposedly newspapers with supposed headlines and they look wrong. Do you know what I
We
mean?
make one that looks as realistic as possible.
Well, yes, that's what I would
Yeah.
hope. That's what I would hope. But
Yeah.
generally, it doesn't happen, and then it just looks rubbish, and then you lose the authenticity. And also, the headlines don't ring true. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not written by journalists; they're written by 16-year-old students, and it's just like, oh. So you need to be really. If you're relying on that as part of telling the story, that needs to be very, very well thought through. Do you know what I mean in terms of props? Danya?
And if it was like modern day, the fact that the son is a bastard wouldn't really matter. If you get what I mean, like.
It's just sort of a drop in the plot. It's not really like.
Okay.
Well, I suppose it is a bit.
Yeah, it's just. Sorry, confused me a bit.
I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, because I didn't even make the link. I just thought he was called a bastard because he was a bastard, not because he was a bastard. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Like I just thought he was called the bastard because he wasn't very nice.
Yeah. Well, we could do that as well.
Yeah.
Could just be both.
Yeah, I didn't. Good point. Good point. Well made. Who else had their hand up then?
Toby did.
Yeah, Toby did.
Toby.
Zoom in on it.
Another nice close up.
I just thought maybe a briefcase would be a bit too obvious of a prop to use. Maybe something a little bit more, I don't know, subtle.
Like.
Man bag.
I don't know.
Duffel bag.
Like, is it something that he's taking to them? or is it just something that shows that he's being misused?
And get your feet off the table.
Basically, we've never used as briefcases.
No, I thought if you wanted to have like a sign on him that like showed the other gang,
Yeah.
maybe have something on the palm of his hand and then do a shot of him walking like from behind at him. No, and then have a slow-mo and where you see the symbol or something on his hand.
It's quite difficult to hide though, isn't it, if you've got a symbol on the palm of your hand?
What if it was on his upper wrist?
And it doesn't look really like it looks forced
Yeah,
if you
yeah, that's a good idea. Charlie's come up with a good idea. If,
maybe
on the
something-
wrist. Yeah.
What
Palm of the hand's quite difficult,
What
isn't it?
if he's standing next to the boss as he's interrogating him? If he's just standing there, what if he's just scratching his wrist and he pulls up his shirt, his
Yeah.
sleeves, like you can see like the bottom of his.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You should just carry a little bag sometimes. Big is not big. So big is not big. That's my advice.
I think it could just be something that the gang's intercepted from the rival gang.
Okay.
The rival gang.
Sorry, Miles.
Sometimes you use like
I was just saying, I think it's a good idea if it's like the tattoo.
Yeah.
Because if if he's itching, it means it's new.
Yeah.
A new tattoo, so it could have newly.
Yeah.
The,
That's what you automatically think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. Dave?
I was actually just thinking about that, and that like if you're doing the newspaper thing, then you could say that like instead of a murder, it could be like new gang ritual with like initiation. So the other guy is just getting actually like accepted into like the senior member of the group, so he had to go out and kill someone, and then you can link that in, and he's got a fresh tattoo which symbolises that he's now part of that gang.
Yeah.
So you could link that and tie it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think whatever you do, because you've got two elements, you're going to have to storyboard it or script it and then storyboard it really effectively, because otherwise, as an audience, we'll just go, what? Do you know what I mean? If you don't make it clear without making it obvious.
Yeah.
So your scripting and storyboarding is going to have to be really kind of spot on, really. Charlie?
If you wanted to hide the fact about, and so you don't find out about what gang is on which side until later, for the newspaper, if you have both the symbols on the newspaper, you could have them both there but not say what gang they're related to.
Yeah,
So then it will link back to it when you see it.
yeah,
Point out later.
that might work. Might not, don't know. Good. Anybody else? No? Well done.